Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Now today we are going to be talking about the Valorant the Valorant challenges 2, challenges 1, 2 and 3, kind of 3, but mainly it's about stage 2. So this obviously comes from it's like the building ground to the championship tour. The Masters is actually going to be played in Iceland. Why did I say Finland? Iceland. Now all the regions have made their finals, which is great, and we're actually going to go through them as well. So I'm not going to show the participants yet, but anyway, so we'll start with so I'll talk a lot about North America, EMEA, Korea, and Brazil. I'll touch over APAC, Latin America, and Japan a little bit as well. So let's first start with North America, as I cannot speak apparently. So obviously, yes, so the results, and this is the participants: 100 Thieves, Xset, Team Envy version 1, Sentinels, Cloud9, Blue, NRG, and Adbox. So this is what the bracket looked like. Um, Obviously, Sentinels winning it with a 3-0 against version 1. It was very, very close actually in the upper bracket quarterfinals, so I guess we'll talk about that. 2-0 basically across the board for 100 Thieves, Cloud9, Blue, and NRG. 2-1 actually from Sentinels in version 1. Cloud9 Blue there, and then there is NRG, which Xset looked a little bit struggling. In the low bracket round 1, Andbox lost to version 1, and then Team Envy won against Xset. Very surprised that Team Envy actually lost that badly to Cloud9. The the run continues for Sentinels and Cloud9 as they won in their matches in the upper bracket semifinals. Sentinels putting 100 Thieves down to the low bracket, and NRG as well being knocked down, which caused Team Envy and version 1 to beat both of them convincingly 2-0 and then 2-1. I definitely recommend actually watching a video like a bunch of streamers actually reacted to 100 Thieves and not going to of Iceland, which is I'm actually shocked about that, to be honest, because I thought 100 Thieves was really really good, and it looks like they did struggle a bit in this meta, especially against a very dominant Team Envy. Lower bracket round 3, version 1 wins against Team Envy, which basically further emphasizes how good version 1 is. And then version 1 again wins against Cloud9 Blue as they lost to Sentinels, and then Sentinels coming up with a 3-0 fashion against version 1 in the grand final, which also means Sentinels and version 1 are both in going to Iceland. Uh, Obviously, Breeze was not played in this Masters. Well, wasn't played at all actually. Um, but I'm very surprised that 100 Thieves struggled this hard. Yes, they won against Andbox, but that was just a very, very easy round because Andbox, they're not really the greatest team, aren't they? So, very surprised that they did lose to Team Envy. It is a bit unlucky, but that was possibly the biggest shocker. And possibly the next shocker was actually version 1's run to the lower bracket to get to the grand final. I just want to say props to them because they look scary as hell. Like I think definitely I think was Vanity. Vanity and Whippy, those two players are so good, including like Zealous, Penny, and Effie's. But Vanity and Whippy, they popped off in during the low bracket run, so that was good job by V1. So Sentinels and V1, they'll be going to Iceland along with the other teams from the region. Wait, let's now go to Europe, or EMEA, which is Europe, CIS, and Turkey. Not really that big of a surprise. It was mainly Europeans, Liquid, and Fnatic. However, Oxygen Esports and Gambit did very very well. These are the participants. We got Fun Plus Phoenix, Guild Esports, Fnatic, Team Liquid, Footballist, Oxygen Esports, BBL Esports, and Gambit Esports. So this is the group stage. So this is the group stages. Liquid and Gambit advancing. I'm very surprised that Gambit actually won against FPX because I thought that were I thought it was going to be a very interesting match. And obviously it looked like the 13-10, 13-9. It was definitely competitive, but obviously Gambit they were just better at that time. And then Fnatic and Oxygen both advanced, and a very close match just to finish it off. Fnatic and Oxygen. What Fnatic? Wait, what? Guild and Oxygen. Sorry. And for the playoffs, both European teams 2-0'd the Turkish and the CIS teams. And the grand final, that was one tough grand final. Went back and forth, back and forth. 13-7 in most of them. 13-3, 13-7, 13-9, 13-7, 13-7. That was a good match, but Team Liquid came at the very end and beat the Fnatic 3-2 fashion, and Scream was the MVP, obviously. I will be talking about roster changes and rumors as well, but so it's mainly going to be about like top teams from every region. So that is a European version, well the EMEA uh, qualifiers. I'm very surprised that FPX struggled. I knew Guild Esports was definitely going to struggle. Um, and perhaps the Gambit Esports just doing that well as the only CIS team, which definitely means that Gambit is a very good European team as a whole. Definitely probably a top 5, top 6 team in my opinion. Sorry, I'm so so a bit sick for some reason. It's just fun. And for Korea, it was not Vision Strikers, it was Newton Gaming winning it. And obviously, this is also when FAC or F4K, I just call it FAC, just make it easier for me. They actually won against Vision Strikers, which obviously ended the 100 game winning streak that Vision Strikers had. It was a 2-1. However, they did win against I Need Girlfriend, which is good enough, I guess, but it kind of makes sense because they're like a tier 3 team, anyways. Um, it was a very close match, either house, so good job by those teams. WGS was already eliminated. Group B, Newton and Damn One Gaming, obviously not really that surprising as the rest are tier B, tier C teams. Group C, Real Company and Prince advances, which is obviously again not that surprising. And then finally, Group D, TNO Esports and Tupper Bell Gaming, not that surprising as well. Let's now move on to the playoffs, and looks like here, um, uh, I I'm just like so. Obviously, in the quarterfinals, not really anything surprising other than F4K losing against Damwon Gaming, but I think Damwon is the better team against the two. 2-0, 2-1, 2-1. What? 2-0, 2-0, 2-1, 2-0, 2-0. Some pretty close matches there. 13-10, 13-10 there. 14-12. And then the semifinals is where it really got interesting. DM1 Gaming advances with against winning against Real Company, and Newton Gaming, possibly the closest rival against Vision Strikers other than F4K, wins against Vision Strikers 2-0. It was very convincing as well, which makes me even more shocked by how much they won. And just to sum it all off, Newton winning against M1 Gaming at the grand final. And I will be talking about this on how this may affect Korea as a whole in the Valorant scene, and well, most likely in the around the globe. So like in LAN tournaments. Let's just quickly just talk about the APAC region. X10 Esports will be advancing to Iceland, and this is the bracket. A little bit of a weird bracket, I'll be honest, because like at the bottom is just one map only. Brand Esports, I'm very surprised that they didn't do that well as I thought they would. I thought they would probably get around maybe to the low bracket around 4, but it doesn't really look like it. Paper Rex impressed me. Um, it's really about it. X10 obviously just was on a tear, winning every single map, and well, not every single map, but just every single match that they competed in. It was Very interesting. I'll be honest. Okay, I didn't watch it. I think I watched some of it. I can't remember who was like up against. I think it was NXL versus Full Sense. I watched that for a bit. I can't remember. Maybe I did. I can't remember. I think it was this one that I watched a tiny bit, then I fucked off. So yeah. So that is APAC. Let's now go to Brazil, and it wasn't Game Landers. It was Team Vikings. Team Vikings and Sharks Esports will be advancing. It definitely looks like Game Landers have dropped off a lot actually. Um, after first strike, and this is what the results look like. And obviously, we knew that they were going to win in the quarterfinals because those are definitely the top four teams. What I'm very surprised about is Haven Liberty winning against Game Landers in a very convincing 2-0 fashion. If I click on yeah 13. Well, 9-13, 8-13. Very, very convincing from Haven Liberty. And then obviously later they did lose to Fury Esports in the lower brackets of round three. But this also means I think Team Vikings is definitely now the best team in Brazil for Valorant. Next is probably maybe Sharks Esports and Fury Esports. Well, actually, it's more like a fight between Game Landers and Furia. I think Sharks Esports and Team Vikings have definitely proved themselves as being one of the best Brazilian teams, and I'm very very surprised that Gameland has lost to Haven Liberty, which I think they're mainly like a tier two team. They're not like a tier one team like Gameland, Sharks, Furia, and Vikings. So I'm very very surprised about that. So that is the Brazil. Obviously, Vikings and Sharks will be going to Finland. So I'll quickly have a look at Latin America and Japan. Latin America just actually finished today, which I was legit waiting for. It took a very, very long time, but it was Cruel Esports winning it, which means Latin America South is the best, I guess. They did win against Infinity Esports 3-1 fashion. Not that close, actually, I'll be honest. Infinity definitely struggled a tiny bit. Um, so that's for the South, a very convincing fashion from Cruel. 9Z coming up as well, winning in the upper bracket and losing to them again, well actually twice. And then Six Karma, formerly known as LDM Esports, well, formerly one of the best Latin American North teams. Now possibly maybe second, also maybe first, but Infinity Esports did win against them 3-1 in the grand final, which advanced them to the finals against Cruel Esports, and Cruel Esports obviously won that. So that is Latin America, and then we go to Japan. It was Crazy Raccoon again the beat of Absolute Jupiter to go to Finland. Fucking Finland, Iceland. Holy shit, Jesus Christ. Crazy Raccoon is definitely the best Japanese team now. They proved themselves many, many times that they are the best. I think I did watch. I think it was Northampton versus Fave Gaming. I watched. I watched that for a bit and then I bugged off like I always do. Um, but yeah, I'm not that surprised by anything here. Possibly maybe I don't really know. Just ugh, I don't really know what's like surprising to me here. Um, maybe Northampton. Maybe just like winning challenges one. They're just flopped in the finals. So Crazy Raccoons obviously winning it all. So yeah, they're definitely now one of the best Japanese teams in Valorant. So that is it for the challenge for the regional finals for all of the regions. And so this is what it looks like. Sentinels in version 1 will be in NA. Liquid and Fnatic for EMEA, New Turner for Korea, Vikings and Sharks for Brazil, Cruel Esports for Latin America, Crazy Raccoon for Japan, and X10 for APAC. So that will be obviously coming up from in Iceland, not Finland. It'll be from the 24th of May to the 30th of May, and it will be obviously on land, so people can actually watch it. This will be also the same time as the League of Legends event, which will be happening as well. So two Riot um, games I guess playing. So let's now talk about the I guess the changes has happened over the time. So obviously, the biggest one, well, a couple biggest ones actually. Josh RT joins NRG as a head coach after previously being a player or prospect. We did has now been benched by XSET. WGS has signed Nugen and Sylvian. FPX has made some coaching changes as well, getting rid of Jonta and now adding, well, not really adding, but replacing him with Doombros, who was obviously formerly an analyst for the team. Teleroid, or Teleroid, I don't know how you say it. He has now left TSM, and I think Shet, who was formerly an NRG coach, that he will be joining the team. I don't really know though. Ekis or Ekis, I don't know. He's now left Team Liquid after being inactive. Incher has now joined Damwon Gaming after previously being from your company, and he's also replaces Kelly. I think that's probably it. Yeah, I think that's probably it. Yeah, those are like the major um like changes. So let's not go to rumors, which is very interesting. Navira. So I actually did some research, and Navira actually Scream's younger brother, so he's going to be joining Team Liquid. Probably in place from Ekis, who, well, actually I don't know now. Mainly a lot of European changes is happening here. Fred has gone to BBL. Team Heretics are going to be making some changes as well. Valorant and Monster are going to be joining. The Shed joining TSM. Batty G, formerly from Ballister Esports, I think if I remember correctly, he's now going to be joining Alliance. Cyberskull Esports will be running a new Turkish lineup. Um, to Josh RT. Pora, who'll be leaving Team Heretics. Artis and Patek, they'll be joining Team Heretics. Bone Cold and StarXO will be leaving. I think there's also rumor about Bone Cold actually joining Ninjas in Pajamas, including Kadarva and Ekes. Element and Onibai will be leaving OG. Fragon already left Team Vitality. Uh, Ninja Pajamas, Kreia, and JD have left. CNED will be joining Team Heretics. Alliance will be, Kadarva will be leaving Alliance, just like it says right up here. I think that's about it. Yeah, there's a lot more changes here. Yeah, and those the latest, the G2 part. Pora, Alex, Cordamenta, and Nuki, and Avora will probably be joining G2. Artis, Paddock, and Zeke will be leaving G2. So a lot of changes mainly in the European scene. Just the big implosion of European changes in rosters recently. Hopefully some of them are true, and we get some spice now in the European scene. Even though there's been a lot of spice going on, mainly about um, obviously the roster changes, but also about G2 Esports, how they're going to climb themselves back up the top. So that's it for me now. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Catch you guys on next time in the next one. Goodbye.